I'm Aaron Perlman in Los Angeles for the Survivor finale, and we're going to talk to your local resident, Cass McQuillan. Will she do Survivor again? Find out tonight on Eyewitness News at 11.
The DMV and law enforcement aiming to keep our streets safe from drunk drivers. How they're trying to change a history of repeat offenders.
And two teammates duke it out in the Dodgers organization. How one ball player may not be hearing straight following the scuffle.
The Eyewitness News 7 at 11 on KBAK starts now.
All good things must come to an end for a local woman who comes up just short from becoming the sole survivor tonight.
Tehachapi resident Cass McQuillan was one of 4 contestants left for tonight's season finale, but she would eventually be voted off the island and miss out on the $1 million prize. Our very own Aaron Perlman was there at the finale and caught up with McQuillan.
If I'd have untied a knot faster, if I'd have run a little faster, made the right turn. You know, I'm great at puzzles, obviously, if I can get there.
And tune in right here on KBAK tomorrow morning from 5 to 7 a.m. to get a recap and see exclusive interviews with this year's Survivor winner. That's Tony Velachos.
The Grocery Workers Union striking a tentative deal with supermarket chains on a new contract tonight. New at 11, the United Food and Commercial Workers reaching the agreement with Ralph's, Albertsons, and Vons, which covers 60,000 grocery workers throughout Southern California. Details of the tentative deal will not be released until union members get the opportunity to read, discuss, and vote on the agreement by the end of the month. The grocery workers' contract extension that secured wages and benefits expired May 11th.
President Obama is breaking his silence on the Veterans Affairs scandal surrounding dozens of VA hospitals around the country. The president vowed to get to the bottom of the allegations, which include reports that 40 vets allegedly died waiting for treatment in Phoenix. President Obama appointed a top aide to look into 26 facilities across the country regarding the mistreatment of patients.
If these allegations prove to be true, it is dishonorable, it is disgraceful, and I will not tolerate it, period.
A bill passed today gives the VA secretary more power to fire and demote senior managers. More details coming out about the man accused of throwing Molotov cocktails at a Southwest Bakersfield home last month. Police say Marco Anthony Gutierrez can be seen on surveillance videos throwing the explosive at the home back on April 15th. The crime lab says his handprint was found on one of the bottles. A police report says Gutierrez may have been targeting his pregnant ex-girlfriend. Fortunately, no one was hurt.
One person arrested in the case of a 25-year-old woman who was found yesterday, a decade after her mother reported her missing in Santa Ana. Investigators say 41-year-old Isidro Garcia forced the victim to marry him after abducting her in 2004, and they had a child together. They say she, quote, lived a life under sustained physical and mental abuse. Garcia booked on suspicion of kidnapping for rape, lewd acts with a minor, and false imprisonment. A suspect who stabbed a Bakersfield man to death learning his fate today. Jacob Kephart sentenced to 7 years in prison for killing Daryl Batty in December of 2011. Investigators said Batty was trying to break up a fight when Kephart stabbed him. The prosecution and the victim's mother were not satisfied with the sentence.
I think it's cheap. It's a slap on the wrist. It's like throwing dirt in my face.
We're not happy with the 7 years. We're disappointed in what happened during the first 2 trials.
A jury was split on second-degree murder charges for Kephart.
2 students at a New York elementary school are accused of poisoning their teacher. The boys ages 9 and 12 were arrested yesterday for attempted assault, reckless endangerment, and possession of a weapon. Police say the students put rat poison in the teacher's water bottle, causing her to get nauseous. Officers say the woman is now recovering at a hospital. Court documents show the accused Boston Marathon bombers used Christmas lights and model car parts to make the explosives. Prosecutors also outline how they believe Dzhokhar and Tamerlan Tsarnaev got the fuel for the bombs. The court filing says it appears they crushed and emptied hundreds of individual fireworks containing black powder. The attack killed 4 people and wounded more than 200.
Baltimore Ravens running back Ray Rice may not have to go to trial for a February incident at an Atlantic City casino. Rice receiving approval to enter a court program that could result in the dismissal of an aggravated assault charge. Hotel security cameras captured Rice pulling his fiancée out of an elevator. If Rice completes family counseling, he will not have to go to trial.
He's done a tremendous amount for the Baltimore community, for children, and this was a momentary lapse of reason, and we hope that both the court system and the prosecutor's office agree.
If convicted, Rice could face 3 to 5 years in prison. A scuffle within the Los Angeles Dodgers minor league team lands one of the players in the hospital with part of his ear bit off. Police say Alex Guerrero for the Albuquerque Isotopes got into a dugout fight with teammate Miguel Olivo. ESPN reporting Guerrero had plastic surgery to reattach part of his ear. The argument allegedly began on the mound during a pitching change. Both players involved could be subject to further action from the team.
Public officials in Springfield, Missouri are dealing with a major health threat. 5,000 are at risk of being infected with hepatitis A after a worker at a Red Robin restaurant was discovered to have the disease. The health department says the worker and the restaurant has been very cooperative with the investigation. Restaurant officials say the employee won't return to work until he's medically cleared to do so. The Super Bowl champs soared into Washington, D.C. today to meet the president. Here you see the Seattle Seahawks and their trademark 12th man banner as they stand behind the president. The team also got the chance to tour the White House and the Oval Office. It's a decade-long tradition that the team that wins the Super Bowl gets the privilege to meet the president. Miles?
And temperatures right now in the upper 60s. It's a fairly cool evening out there. We've had a few showers down to the south, up near the base of the Grapevine earlier, and that is all done right now. Upper 60s to the low 70s across the region at this hour, 50s in Tehachapi and up on the Grapevine in the Gorman area. And fairly pleasant weather. We have a low pressure system near us, but a little bit of a break right now. There's another area off to the north that'll be swinging down for tomorrow, giving us a chance for thunderstorms tomorrow afternoon, about a 20% likelihood, but mild tonight, low around 60, and in the Kern County mountains, that chance for rain tomorrow, about 40%. Kurt?
Thank you, Miles. Play of the day, Phillies, Marlins. Miami up 5-3, bases loaded, top of the 5th, and Phillies' Cody Ash drives one to right, but watch Giancarlo Stanton tracking it down on the dead run to make the spectacular diving catch to end the inning. Check it out again as Stanton, one of the stars for the Marlins, lays out to somehow make the grab, preserve the Marlins' lead. Miami would go on to pound for the win, winning big, 14-5 over Philadelphia. More sports with Greg later.
Still ahead, drunk driving crashes are on the rise in Kern County. How the DMV and law enforcement are now cracking down on repeat offenders.
And a local nursing home slapped with a lawsuit by the family of one of its patients, the accusations that has loved ones seeking justice.